Christian FM.
Vero Nation Network and Christian FM Sports presents Countdown to Kickoff. Presented by Caps Pizza.
3, 2, 1.
Get ready for Vero football. Christian FM Sports brings you the insights into the Fighting Indians with Matt Paris, Bobby Paris, Derek West, Gary Paris. Now, the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Live from Billy Living's Field at the Citrus Bowl, home of your Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Hey, Vero Nation, welcome to Countdown to Kickoff. This might be the most exciting part of the season. The long summer workouts are over, the team scrimmages are done, the hopes are high, and the anticipation of a great season is here. Players are ready to show out, coaches are eager to see them perform, and the fans are ready to cheer. It's game day, baby. Let's go. We got an hour before we get to kickoff. We got a lot to cover over the next 60 minutes. We're going to get some reports down from the field on the sideline. Bobby Paris is back for another episode of Women of the Fighting Indians. And the big dog, Gary Paris, is back. And we've got a whole lot more coming your way. But first, Matt Paris is standing by with our head coach, Lenny Jankowski,
to talk
about the offseason.
Here we are, another year of Fighting Indian football, and we can't be more excited to get going. And I know you guys are, I know the team is, and I know, Coach, that there is a lot that goes on between that end of the last game to this tonight, what we got going on the whole offseason. Give us an update how the team did through the offseason and any changes that might have happened.
Well, thanks, guys. There really is a lot that goes on in that offseason, and between the multi-sport athlete where you've got players that are participating in winter and spring sports, and we are still big fans of that. I do really like that we have several guys that compete in other sports, and I think that competitive spirit is a big quality that we need in our programs throughout. But in addition to all that, from January to the start of spring practice, so that's January to the end of April. There's a time where we are, in addition to lifting weights and conditioning and doing all the things that are involved with quote unquote off season, we also have the 7-on-7s, and so our guys are able to throw the ball around and compete on both sides. And you're talking skill guys, specifically. And so we were in a 7-on-7 league, played in some 7-on-7 tournaments during that time of the year, and it's great for your quarterbacks, your skill guys, and just really to work on individual skills. It's not 11-on-11 football, but there is some skill development going on there. And then of course in Florida we have spring ball, which is always a lot of fun. We get about 20 days to go out. We did that a little different this year. We capped that and ended that with a big inter-squad game that included all of our players. So everybody that was in grades or rising sophomores to rising seniors, so 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, all competed in our what we called our red-white game there at the end of spring. And spring was a fun time because college coaches are out. It's a big recruiting time. Obviously we've got some good players that attract a lot of attention, and so that's exciting to see the coaches out and about. And then the summer hits, so you're transitioning. There's really, 4 transitional times where you're going from the end of the 2024 season into that off season. The next part is the spring ball, and then you go into summer. And this, with where high school athletics are, especially football and college football, where it intermingles and where it's different than years past, is that official visits and college visits, both official and unofficial, are going on during the month of June. So you have that piece that has never existed, in years past, where we have players, individual players that are taking both official visits and getting an opportunity to be on campuses in an unofficial capacity, which those unofficial visits are almost what we knew of as official visits, because there's a lot happening, and they're organized and they're invited, and so there's a lot happening, and so our guys were able to take advantage of some of that. We of course we're pretty heavily involved, and then we also visit as a team, that going back to some of that 7-on-7 and O-line, D-line camps. We do some of that stuff on college. We take our players to college campuses to get them some exposure and allow them to see what happens at college workouts and then participate in some of that. So whether it's a 7-on-7 camp or whether it's an O-line, D-line camp, and we did several of those through the month of June. But we're also lifting weights, we're conditioning, and June is a busy time. We take the 4th of July week off as a program, our coaches and our players alike, and then we come back for the second phase of summer, and that flies by because now you're in the second wave of things, and we're lifting and conditioning 4 days a week, and then boom, fall practice started on the 28th. So we sit here in our third week of quote-unquote practice, but we've had a busy time, as we mentioned. When practice started on the 28th, the way we break that down is the first 2 weeks, we call that fall camp. And then this week we've spent in what we call game prep and getting ready for, and then it'll be game prep from here on out. So a lot happening in a short amount of time.
Well, if you wonder why Vero Beach is consistently in the playoffs, that's it. That's commitment from our coaches, our players, and it's really neat to see. When we come back, we're going to
Vero
get
Beach has
coaches
been a
take
part
on
of the
some
community
our
for
players.
over 2 decades and proudly supports our Fighting Indians. It's important to put the best team on the field to ensure a winning season. Linus Cadillac fields a lineup that all fans can agree has championship pedigree. From the 2025 Cadillac Escalades to the new XT5 luxury option.
Geno's
Sports
Nutrition
2,
Shop
late model
carries a
pre-owned
wide
vehicle
selection
too.
of safe supplements for athletes no matter their age, especially regular gym goers. I'm Gino, and we love supporting the Fighting Indians. Our supplements work for muscle recovery, hydration, focus, immunity health, along with grab-and-go meals. At Geno's Nutrition Shop in Miracle Mile, our customers are family.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Caps Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back. Well, Coach Jay, who are some of the returning leaders we should keep an eye on this year, and maybe some of the younger players who might surprise fans this season?
Yeah, so when you talk about leadership, I think you've got to start with your seniors and your returning guys that have logged a lot of minutes and have put the time in to because I think your senior year is always going to be a little special to you individually and obviously that group as a team. And so some of those seniors, you're talking about Big Champ Smith and Romeo Vargas and Corbin Phillips and Cooper Beckhold and David and Dale Mason, those guys that have been on the O-line and the interior line working together for a long time. And it's nice to say all that in one breath because those offensive lineman type are always difficult to come by, but just the camaraderie there has been exciting to see and watch develop over the last several years. So really excited about those guys in that group. But then you go over to the defensive line and you got guys like Bobby Burbick who have logged a lot of minutes and have great leadership qualities. We've got a couple receivers that are seniors and Jarvis Jacobs, Xavier Stinson, E.J. White, Austin Banzoff. These guys are all seniors, have all played a ton, have all had very good, high school careers up to this point. And I know that are all looking to, improve on that for their senior years. And then, you have some other guys that may not be seniors, but by either the position that they play, by some of what is involved with what we do, just having success. I think with success sometimes comes leadership. Obviously, the quarterback position is a natural leader, and we've got our guy back, Champ Mons, and only a freshman last year. So of course that just makes him a sophomore. We used to talk last year at this time where he was a 14-year-old freshman, so now he's a 15-year-old sophomore. But a totally different player. I think our fans that have followed the program close realize that he was a different player at the end of the season than he was at the beginning of the season. So that natural progression and the improvements that he made from that point, I think they'll even be more impressed when they watch him take the field. tonight, and the improvements that he's made in the off season. But Champ is, it's his team, and I think last year, at this time, and your eyes are wide open and just trying to figure it out, and he obviously handled that great. But I think again, with the position and the experience that he now has, we're counting on his leadership. We've got a couple linebackers that moved in that were here in the spring and have really worked hard in this off season. Makari Phillip, we call him Duke, and Lance Stone, both guys that are seniors and have great leadership qualities. So, we're looking forward for those guys to lead this team and not just on the field, but in the weight room, in the classroom, in the community, and so far so good.
Well, Coach, one young man you didn't get a chance to mention because I kind of held you off from it, and the guy that we are so excited to see back, he got injured in his sophomore year, running back for us. Give us an update on Jonathan Hillsman.
Well, I'm glad you did have me hold off on him because he does deserve his own little segment. He's really worked his tail off in getting back. He got hurt his sophomore year, and at the time of his injury, I've told college coaches that have come through, he was our most productive and really having an outstanding season as a sophomore. Could just do so many things from the backfield, and had a horrific injury and really just was wondering how all that was going to play out. And Jonathan, worked his tail off in rehab and therapy. Got to give some props to our athletic trainer AJ Buersdorf for working him through all of that rehab stuff. And Jonathan's back. He's healthy. He's 100%. He played in the spring, but we didn't allow him to do some of the things. He was fully cleared. We just, tried to be smart about that, and even through the summer. But through fall camp, we've turned him loose, and he's looking really, better than ever, I should say. And so I think Fighting Indian fans are going to really like watching and seeing number 8 back there. It's surely, from a coaching standpoint, exciting to have him back.
So young man gets hurt his sophomore year, misses his entire junior year, and now he's coming back for his senior year. Can't wait.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
Hi, Vero Beach. I'm Frank Storr from Tom Collins Insurance. Born and raised right here in a former Fighting Indian, I'm very proud to support this team and this great community. Tom Collins Insurance has been locally owned and operated right here since 1989. We are Vero. For all your insurance needs, my number is 772-778-9222. Go
Molinari
Indians.
Pools is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. A family-owned and operated business, the Molinari family, longtime members of this community. Joel Molinari, a former Fighting Indian, loves serving the Treasure Coast residents, from pool cleaning to repairs to pool remodeling. Molinari Pools. Love people, love pools. 772-778-2633 or molinaripools.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back. Well, Matt Paris here with Coach Lenny Jankowski. Coach, let's talk about this schedule. You've got 9 of your 10 opponents. It's not counting tonight's game. 9 of 10 of your opponents were in the playoffs last year. 4 made the semifinals, with Cocoa being the state champs in their class.
Schedule and have the best possible or most competitive schedule that you can have, within reason. And it just so happened, we're on the back end of a 2-year contract, which really all that means is a lot of the games that you had scheduled the previous year, they're on your schedule again. Well, there were a few that, for whatever reason, just didn't work out in this second year of that, or in the back end of that 2-year contract. And so we were looking for a couple games, and to find those games, you're looking for formidable opponents and some similarities and guys that you would enjoy playing. And so, from that, I believe we added Cocoa, of course, and we got Rockledge back. Rockledge, we didn't get to play them last year. That game was canceled because of weather. And then, of course, Pahokie's, who's always one of the premier teams in the state, and then a team that I really didn't know a whole lot about was Somerset, and their coach called me, and I guess they have there's multiple Somersets, but this is the the quote unquote good one, and I think they're from Broward County, and I think they made a decent run. I think they're in the same district with Miami Central, and I know that he was excited about his group coming back. So and then everybody else in between, and so we're really from the jump, from week one, obviously we got tonight's game to worry about first and foremost, but then when we get into the regular season with O'Galley and then traveling up to Buchholz and then Cocoa High, those 1, 2, 3 right out the gate. So we've got some challenges for sure, but I think, I'd like to think, all things considered, that they're thinking some of the same. So should be great. Really looking forward to it, and there's surely no time to ease into it. We're going to get into it right away.
Well, there's an old saying, Coach, that says if you want to be the best, beat the best. And we're going to have some of those on our schedule. Coach, let's talk about as far as it's getting into the playoffs. I know obviously this is the first part of the season, but it's not just the district. It's about every game that matters still. Kind of go over that with us if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, the playoff system is I don't know, I guess it's fairly unique. And really, we really try not to put a bunch of emphasis on the end deal, the result, so to speak, because it is such a process, and you do really have to, in my opinion, if you want to do it right and you want to be good and you want to continue, I mean, you really do have to take it one game at a time and continue to try to just win. Not just each game, but every day. Each play, each rep, and so that's been kind of the point of emphasis. And so with all that being said, as you get into this thing, each game now does matter. I think maybe fans that have been following high school sports in Florida for a long time don't realize that every game that you play, whatever that outcome is, has an effect on your overall ranking. It's a computerized format, and that ranking system takes everything into consideration. Several years ago, and this has come about with scheduling for sure. Several years ago, when it was just the district games that got you into the playoffs, whether you win or lose those district games, and the non-district games didn't matter, so to speak. It was a lot easier to schedule because teams were willing to especially come to the Citrus Bowl and play in a playoff type atmosphere and get that experience for their programs. Now not so much, because each game counts, and if you lose a game, home or away, whomever you're playing, then that obviously is going to go against you. Strength of schedule is important. So, your opponent's record and their opponent's records. So it's this algorithm that, it's formula based. It's, like I said, it's a computer system that generates these rankings. And so there's that. And at the end of the day, the district champs get in automatically. And then so we've got 4 district champs in our region, and then there are 4 at-large teams that get in based on that computer ranking. So we just got to take care of business, and like I said from the beginning, take it one day at a time and one game at a time, and see where we're at in the end.
Coach, I think that formula has an E and equals an MC squared in there, and I think Einstein figured it out, but we're still working on it.
Cafe 66, located on US 1, just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy, to country fried steak and eggs, to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com.
Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's offers Italian cuisine, including pizzas, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277 or capspizzamenu.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Matt Paris here with Coach Lenny Jankowski. Coach, we're taking on Miami Norland in the Kickoff Classic tonight. What can you tell us about them, and what do they do well?
Well, I think if you break down the state of Florida and you go, geographically, area by area or whatever, Dade County, always has a great reputation for talent. But it's even Dade County has almost become like the haves and have-nots, and that's kind of the world of high school athletics these days, or so it seems. And I think Norland is always going to be one of those teams with an asterisk next to its name. You talk about Miami Norland and Miami Northwestern and Booker T, and those programs are always going to have elite athletes, always going to have a lot of success on the field, big time prospects. And I think this is one of those teams. Now, what you get in Dade County a lot is you get a lot of turnover on your roster. So we have a very small sample size of what we're going to see personnel-wise. Obviously we still trade film. Been very impressed with their coaching staff and just the communication, prior to this game. And so what we did was we exchanged the last two playoff games for each of our programs, and had an opportunity to see those guys from last year. But that's last year's roster. That's last year's team. And what I do know about them personnel-wise is they return their entire secondary, their corners and their safeties, and those guys can really run. They've got a couple big-time prospects there. They had a very impressive defensive line that, those guys have graduated. I'm sure there's some guys waiting in the wings, or some guys that have maybe moved from different schools. And offensively, they got some guys too. They're always going to have really good skill players. I know they've had a move-in quarterback, and they look to be, big up front. So I'm excited. I'm excited to really just kind of see how things stack up. I think this is the time of year where you really want to see and go against a different color jersey and just kind of see how it all plays out. We get an opportunity to work our special teams, to work on offense and defense, and obviously compete against a very talented high-level team. And so it should be a lot of fun for us. Should hope the same for those guys, and obviously for the fans that are here tonight. It should be a matchup with a lot of talent on the field at one time.
Coach, it's a Kickoff Classic. Obviously, it's going to be game. There's going to be special teams. We played like normal. What's your mindset as far as a coach and what you want to see coming into tonight's game?
Yeah, it's a great question, because I think when you look at it, you obviously want to be, and you want to go out and you want to compete. I think if you're going to have the scoreboard that turns on, and you're going to have officials, and we're going to have you guys there doing your professional broadcast, we want to make sure that we're doing our part, and we want to compete. We want to play at a high level. As far as personnel goes, it may be preset, that we're going to, in our minds, play a few more guys than we typically do. But there's no gentleman's agreement, even amongst us as a staff and within ourselves. We're not saying, hey, these guys have to get so many minutes or so many plays, or there's no check box or checklist of any of that. But, just in our thinking, I would like to see, a rotation of about 8 guys on the offensive line, and several of our running backs to get some carries and get some reps, and to see some guys on the D-line rotate around, have some different combination of receivers work in and out. Again, 3 or 4 different corners play throughout the game, and that's easier said than done sometimes, because sometimes you can blink and you're into the game pretty deep. But going into it, that's the plan. I hope that we can surely get some great film, get some great eval out of this, and obviously compete against a very talented football team.
Well, Coach Jay, thank you for sitting down with us. Good luck tonight. And like I said earlier, we are excited that the season is starting.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com. The McCall Agency, Inc. owner is a fourth-generation Vero Beach resident and big supporter of the community and the Fighting Indians. The McCall Agency, Inc. is an independent agency and broker whose motto is securing your future one policy at a time. To learn more about personal, commercial, life, or health insurance services, Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856 or McCallAgencyInc.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Caps Pizza and Pub.
Well, hey, Vero Nation, thanks for joining us as we get set to kick off the 2025 season. I'm Paul Tipton along with Gary Paris, and man, Gary, it is good to be back. How you been?
I've been super, man. Had a great off season, enjoyed it, and as soon as the hot weather started, I said, up. Football time. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always every year. It's kind of the same thing. It's like getting on that roller coaster. You know, it's like that long climb up, and then once we get over that top, man, it is just hang on because it'll be over before you know it. This season is shaping up already. There's a lot of buzz and excitement, Gary, about the potential of this team. When we look at it, we see that there's a lot of talent in all the different position groups and whatnot, and it just creates a lot of excitement. But you know what? All of that goes out the window. You got to find out what happens actually on the field, and tonight we get a first glimpse.
Yeah, and the buzz has been going around about our quarterback in his second year after coming off a fantastic first year as a freshman quarterback. Champ Mons is unbelievable. He's the deal. He is the real deal. And people are excited in town. You talk to sports writers, they'll come up to you and say, he's tough. He's the best. He's one of the best I've seen. And all. But not only do we have him, but we've got a veteran receiving core that's coming back. That you've got big guys. You got Stinson, Xavier Stinson out on the outside, E.J. White on the other side, and you got slot guys that can run. Townsend is a commitment to UCLA, or Stinson rather, is a commitment to UCLA. White was committed to Florida State. So, I mean, you got some very good, talented, and the plus to it to me this year is that we got our best running back in Hillsman.
Yeah, no kidding. You talk about a welcome sight is to see Jonathan Hillsman back out on the field. If for anything else, it's, he had such a nasty tear to his knee, and there was like a real possibility he was never going to play football again. And he sat out all his entire junior season. Now he's back for his senior season, and we are just tickled to death. And, it's always interesting, Gary, when a player has gone through a pretty significant injury. You can get the physical part back, but the mental part might be the toughest thing to overcome because you're always thinking, is this thing going to tear again?
Yep, it happened to me. I was with the St. Louis Cardinals in football, and my 8th year I went out and I'm thinking, okay, boom, I got it tore, and then the next year I'm trying to get back in, and in a preseason game I was really worked my way back up the ladder and everything, and then I had a running back run in behind me, and it was it. That was it then. That was But with Hillsman, it's getting that first lick. I remember that when I had to get that first lick on the side of my leg, and and bouncing back up. And when I did, I was, whoa, this is not bad. I'm ready.
Yeah.
So.
Well, in practice, I mean, he looks really good, but there's such a big difference between a practice run and a game run, and we're super excited to see him get out on the field tonight, and he will get the start tonight, so hopefully we'll get a chance to see him pretty quick. Other than that, Gary, you said the offense is back I think we only lost 2 guys that were starters last year that graduated, so we had to fill a couple of holes, and we did. We got an offensive line that looks pretty stout this year.
You got a guy named Champ Smith that's going to UCLA also. Mm-hmm. And on the other end, you got Romeo Vargas, who's a veteran, 6'2", 200 almost 300 pounds. He's out there on the left tackle. You got David Mason and Dames on the inside, and you got Big Corbin Phillip as your center. That's a veteran. They're all 12th graders.
Yeah.
They're all 12th graders. So that's exciting for this coaching staff. And I know Coach Willis is excited about the team also.
Yeah, and by the way, folks, we've got something going on here at the stadium this year that we have not had before. This isn't just one game that's going to take place. Of course, this is what we're most interested in because we all love Vero Beach. But tomorrow, there's a doubleheader coming your way. You've got Miami Carroll taking on Tallahassee Lincoln around 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. And then later, man, this is going to be a good one. You got Lakeland taking on Miami Northwestern about 7 o'clock kickoff time tomorrow night. I just tell you, this is going to be a special weekend of football at the high school level, and it's all happening right here in our little hometown of Vero Beach. Kind of cool.
Yeah, they called it the Treasure Coast Kickoff Classic, and they got teams to come in. When I heard the names, I went, are you kidding me? Really? We got that quality of team? Yeah. These were all teams in the playoffs. These were there's a bunch of former state championship teams that are in this mix. So it's a quality of football that we're glad to have in our community.
We're getting set for tonight's contest. Vero Beach is hosting Miami Norland here in the Treasure Coast Kickoff Classic. That kickoff is going to hit about 7 o'clock, so we got a little bit more time. So we're going to step aside. We'll come back and talk a little more Vero football right after this.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Summers in Florida mean hot weather with lots of rain. Having gutters that work well is a must for most homes. Thanks to Able Gutter Services for their partnership. They provide premium products crafted to ensure customer satisfaction while protecting from water damage and maintaining structural integrity. Able Gutter Services in Indian River, St. Lucie, and Brevard County. Their number is 772-766-2554.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
So, Vero Nation, here we are tonight. We're on the edge of the 2025 season. Of course, officially, it begins next week, and Vero Beach will be here at home to take on O'Galley, a game I know the Indians have had circled on their calendar for a little bit because last year we traveled up there to Melbourne area and took on the Commodores, and, I thought for sure we were going to win that game and had a few breaks not go our way and ended up losing that ball game. And so, that's been sitting on everybody's mind. But, Gary, let's talk a little bit about this defense for Vero Beach. We were talking about the offense in the last segment. Defensively, there's a lot of holes that have to be filled. You got a lot of anchor guys that are no longer there because of graduation, and so it's time to regroup a little bit, and I like what I see so far.
Oh, I do too, but my question mark's going to be the guys up front, the front 4 guys and the linebackers. How well will they adjust and how well they'll play? It's hard to replace Alford and Rivers last year as the linebackers inside there. Mm-hmm. Those guys were the leaders of the team. They made big plays. So you've got to fill those holes, and then you've got to have some pressure up front. And with Bobby Burbick and Ryan Hendrickson are inside, tight inside. Then you got Malachi Reed. Thank you, Malachi Reed, who started out as a defensive back.
Yeah.
moved up to a nickelback, and then they moved him to a defensive end. And he's really played a fantastic job at defensive end last year and during the spring and during the fall so far. And then you got Tristan Davis, who's just a pure athlete.
Yeah.
He's explosive. So we got some holes we got to fill. They got a couple ball players. These names I want you to remember: Duke, Phillip, and Crutchfield in the secondary.
Okay.
Those two names I want you to try to remember because they're two good defensive players.
All right. One of the things that we noticed, we were here a little while ago watching some of the warm-ups, and we noticed that we got a couple of pretty doggone good kickers.
Whew. I had to go to my sheet and say, wait a minute, who's this kid?
Right.
And believe it or not, he is a transferred-in punter that came in, and we were watching him punt. He was nailing 50-yard punts with a spiral, and then the kickoffs were going into the end zone. So, there's some talent out there too on special teams.
Definitely. All right, Gary. So tonight, you've got this preseason game, and I hate even saying this, it doesn't count. And it does. It matters. It counts. It counts to the coaches. It counts to the players, and it really counts to the fans too. I don't care what anybody wants to say. Everybody wants to win. And while that may not be the primary objective, it's there. So for that said, Vero Beach tonight. They're taking on a tough opponent, Miami Norland. What do you expect to see from Vero tonight?
I think Vero's is not going to show everything they have because they got to play a season ahead. I think what they'll do, Paul, is they'll run some stunts on defense. I don't know if they'll run a lot of blitzes. I don't think they will. But they want to see what their athletes can do against our athletes can do against their athletes. And that's important. How can we cover? They got a quarterback that's been Jalen Jackson, who's transferred in. He's a 4-star, maybe 5-star in some other classifications, but he's good. So we're going to be challenged. Their offensive line is going to be challenged. They had a lot of seniors, but they lost a lot of seniors from last year's team. They finished second in the state in their class last year at Miami Norland. So this is a good program. I'm looking for how well our secondary covers their speed in the arm of their quarterback. Can we get pressure on him? That's defense versus their offense. Offensively, I want to see Hillsman. I want to see what kind of he comes out. I want to see the run game. I want to see the quick, sharp passes. We throw screens. We get people up and down the field. Everything's moving. There's a lot of moving parts, and I want to see how well this group of guys can come together this year.
It will be interesting, folks, and we're not too far away from kickoff. When we come back, we're going to check in with Derek and Matt down on the sidelines, and still ahead, we will get to know Romeo Vargas, and Bobby Paris has got another episode of Women of the Fighting Indians. We're counting down to kickoff right here at your Christian FM. Linus Cadillac of Vero Beach has been a part of the community for over 2 decades and proudly supports our Fighting Indians. It's important to put the best team on the field to ensure a winning season. Linus Cadillac fields a lineup that all fans can agree has championship pedigree. From the 2025 Cadillac Escalades to the new XT5 Luxury Optic Sport 2. Late model pre-owned vehicles too. 1401 Highway 1 Vero Beach and at linuscadillac.com.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with the goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, here we go, folks. It's time to get back out on the football field, and Vero Beach is going to host Miami Norland tonight in a Treasure Coast Kickoff Classic. Got a couple more ball games that'll be coming your way tomorrow. You got Miami Carroll taking on Tallahassee Lincoln at 3 o'clock, and then at 7 o'clock, you got a nice marquee matchup. You got Lakeland taking on Miami Northwestern. That is going to be some kind of ball game. I know I got to be here. I got to see that. That's going to be a lot of talent on the field. And so, yeah, it's a special weekend here at Vero Beach at the Citrus Bowl. And, boy, if you got a chance to be here at the stadium, I would make sure to be here because, man, you're going to see a lot of great teams here over the next couple of days. Well, Gary and I will always be up here in the booth. That's our job. The guys down on the field, their jobs are to check out what's going on the sideline, and we'll start with Derek West. And Derek, you know, a lot of everybody, every team, every high school team has to deal with the same situation. You got graduating seniors, and you got to figure out how you get to the next season with a new group of guys, and there's that term. You're either replacing or reloading. So for Vero Beach on defense, what's the story?
I think the answer to that question is a little bit of both. You're replacing and you are reloading. When you deal with defense last year and a guy like TJ Alford that accounted for more than 122 solo tackles, not to mention all of the tackles that he was in on as a double team or the pass breaks up or whatnot and quarterback pressures and hurry. It's kind of hard to replace that ability and talent, but we have some capable guys. You've got number 44, Lance Stone, and you've got a football name of football names, Duke Phillip, number 0. And when it comes to replacing TJ Alford, there's a TJ Alford, but I think these guys are more than capable of filling in those shoes and dealing with those gaps. But the answer is also reloading. You know, you lose Deuce Montgomery, but also you have now the familiar faces of Malachi Reed and Bobby Burbick and Ryan Hendrickson and Tristan Davis. And so it's really nice to see some familiar faces, particularly on that defensive line, because when you get the defensive line really working, the linebackers can kind of release in the creases and really cause some havoc, really, in Bill Motta's defense. But there's another term we need to add, and I added the term refresh. We are refreshing and replacing the whole secondary, and so you got names like Haywood, Polynice, and Crutchfield, and Hillsman, and Townsend, and I really like the size, I really like the speed, I really like the agility of this secondary, and so I'm really looking forward to tonight's ball game. Nothing better than to have a pregame, a kickoff classic, and be able to kind of have the mad chemist Bill Motta see and taste and look and see what's good. So, guys, looking forward to it tonight.
I like that. Refresh. Yeah,
that's
nice,
right.
Nice term there. All right, Derek, appreciate it. And
yes,
good to have you back this season working on that defensive side for Vero Beach. Well, on the offensive side, we turn to the former quarterback here at Vero Beach way back in, 1889 or something like that?
Pretty close.
Oh, yeah, about 100 years difference. But, yeah, something like that. Matt, it's good to have you back, my friend. And, boy, you have got a real treat this season with that Vero offense. Man, they are stacked and loaded.
Well, you do, and we're pretty much the opposite of what Derek said. We've got guys coming back, starting with our quarterback. Obviously, Champ Mons, I mean, he's the number one in the nation for his classification. That's the 2028 number one quarterback. So we get him coming back, and not only is he just the number one kid in the nation as far as this kid is just a super kid off the field as well. So we're really looking forward to that. But then you got your starting receivers. I mean, you got all your guys coming back. You got some seniors, got some juniors mixed in there. Big time athletes committed to UCLA, committed to Florida State, and then you got the offensive line, which, guys, this might be one of our better offensive line we've had in a number of years. We got some Romeo Vargas, and we got Champ Smith, who are just going to solidify that with Corbin in the middle. And then, guys, probably the most exciting thing is that we get this Jonathan Hillsman back. This young man was shooting through the moon as a sophomore, doing great, had just a horrific knee injury. He's back on the field, missed his junior year. Here he is as a senior. He's looking great. And, guys, we are so excited for him to just be able to contribute, get back in the field, and just continue his dream of being a football player here at Vero Beach High School. So, yeah, when you look at all of that, well, I tell you what, we're looking for big things.
Yeah, Matt, looking back at Jonathan in his sophomore season, 73 carries, 563 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And, I think it was just a little past the midway point of the season when he had that knee injury. So, yeah, we didn't get a full complement, in that one season. So it's going to be really exciting to see him back. And, Gary and I were talking about this earlier, like, maybe the hardest part of coming back from a big injury like that is more the mental than it is the physical.
I would agree with you. I mean, and most people that have had bad injuries, and his was pretty bad. I mean, it was so bad that they were talking about, would he ever be able to play again? That's how bad it was. Not like, hey, when can you come back? It's a matter of if you are even going to come back. But here's where I think he might have been turned the corner, Paul. In the spring game, Coach held him out because he didn't want the contact, unnecessary. We don't need it. That young man was upset. When you are upset because you want the contact, I think maybe the mental part he's already gotten over and he's ready to go after it.
Man, when you broke fall camp, which I always laugh at when we talk about fall camp in the middle of August down in here in Florida, it just doesn't seem right. But when you break fall camp, I mean, how ready are you to get out on the football field and play somebody different?
Oh, my goodness. You've been seeing red and white in spring and summer, and here in the fall, and yeah, you are ready. I mean, you just you can't explain it. And when you get here and you look at the stadium and you look at this field and the whole atmosphere, this is what you are looking forward to, especially as a senior. We got some seniors that are excited but this is the moment that you've been waiting for your whole life. You get a chance to start, you get a chance to do it in front of your parents, your grandparents, but all of Vero Beach gets to watch you. And now that we're on YouTube, the whole nation gets to watch you as well.
All right, man. Well, glad to have you back, my friend, and looking forward to hearing some great things about the offense this year. So good luck, my friend.
All right.
All right, we're going to step aside. We come back. We're going to get a chance to go Romeo Vargas as we count down to kickoff here at your Christian FM.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system. Thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff on the Vero Nation Network. Time to get to know your Indians.
Oh, Romeo, man, it's all about time to get underway here with football season. How's life been in the offseason for you, my friend?
It's been great, just getting stronger and bigger and perfecting my craft and everything I do, and I just don't want to make no mistakes.
It's in a blink of an eye, my friend, that you went from being a freshman to now this is your senior season. How does it feel for you knowing this is the last hurrah of high school?
A lot of emotions going through my mind, and I just want to don't let no one down and leave with no regrets.
Unfortunately, only one team gets to finish with a win at the end of the year. Vero Beach wasn't in that category last year. Had that loss in Orlando at Dr. Phillips sit with you guys, and has that been any type of motivation going into this year?
Yeah, a lot of motivation. It gave me a sharp pain in my heart that I don't want to feel again.
You got some new guys coming in. I mean, offensively, you're almost the same entire unit with the exception of a few guys, and mostly that's on the offensive line. How have you guys been able to gel?
We just all always stick together and listen to what Coach Jace has to say, and we just all stay coachable and disciplined.
All right, so let's talk about personal goals this year. What do you got set for yourself for the season? Anything?
No pressures and no sacks.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, senior season, next level is going to be college. Now, not asking about scholarship-wise, but just what are you thinking? You got a school in mind that you'd like to go to if you had your pick?
If I had to go to, I would go to Miami. That's my dream school. Hurricanes. Go Canes.
Oh, that's words to my heart right there. Of course, my friend Gary Paris is not liking that too much. But what are you thinking about studying? You got any future plans in the mind already?
Yeah, I'll study business.
All right. If you're going to start a business, what's Romeo going to do?
Construction.
Construction? Okay. Like building homes, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, flooring, painting, lands, all that.
All right. I know I've asked you this before, but let's circle back. Tell me a little bit about your family.
My mom, her name's Araceli, and she's always helped me through everything, and she's the reason why I keep going.
All right. Got a tough schedule ahead of us this year. Any games on there that you're circling?
I'm ready for O'Galley and Buchholz because we played them last season, and we got to get that get back.
Yeah, I felt like we got robbed with the O'Galley game, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it's going to be a long trip going up to Gainesville to take on Buchholz there, yeah. But, yeah, I agree with you. I like those two games. And, last year we started 0-3, but then we rattled off 8 in a row. So, I mean, what are you thinking about this year? Obviously, you got some revenge on your mind, but how do you feel about this season? What do you see from the team right now?
I see a lot of discipline and everybody falling in and buying into what Coach has for us, and we're going to go really far and take it all the way.
All right, bud. Well, we wish you the best of luck this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, it's Romeo Vargas, folks.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
It's countdown to kickoff. Now, here's Bobby Paris.
Welcome to Women of the Fighting Indians. I am Bobby Paris, and I have the privilege of interviewing the moms of our senior varsity football team. Here we are, football season 2025. It is amazing, and we are looking forward to an amazing year. We have our kickoff classic game against Miami Norland. My guest this evening is our beautiful little Energizer bunny, Angela Banzoff. She needs no intro, but for you all who might be new to Vero Beach High School, Angela is our Booster Club president, and also her biggest job, mom to Austin Banzoff. Welcome, Angela.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Angela is so creative and loves Vero Beach High School and keeps the enthusiasm for our team on a true high note. After all, she was a cheerleader just a few years ago. Angela, tell us about your family. We know you're headed to Jacksonville with your oldest, and you can start there.
Yes, busy summer, busy life right now. Parker was our senior that graduated last year, and we are taking him actually tomorrow to move in. He will be a freshman UNF cross country and track runner. So we're very proud of him. And then Austin is our current senior, number 9 on the football team. He also plays lacrosse, and he's number 8. So super proud of him and can't wait to see what he's going to do this year. And then our daughter Lucille is a freshman. Hard to believe that she just started high school this week, and she is a Vero Beach JV cheerleader. So super excited to see her and all that she's going to be doing as well. My husband Rob, married 21 years.
How can they become a Booster Club member?
Yes, so you can reach out to me. I'm always on the sideline, so just come and grab me and talk to me if you want to do that route. Or you can go to verobeachfootball.com. We have information there with different levels of sponsorships. Also, if you wanted to just make a monetary donation to the program to help us feed and do all the things that we do all season. And then we also are always looking for volunteers.
All right, we've got a lot of things coming up, and Angela is going to tell us beginning in August with some of the plans that they have for this team and for you all.
Yes, So some of the themed nights, we have our senior night, which will be on August 22nd against O'Galley. And that is where the senior football players and cheerleaders will be recognized pregame. And also all of the senior students will be doing some fun stuff in the stands. So that is August 22nd. Then in September, on the 12th, is our military appreciation game. And that is against Centennial. And that's just where we will honor our military veterans, current and past military, and it's just always a great night to honor them. Homecoming will be October 10th against Rockledge. Lots and lots of fun plans for homecoming, including the parade on that Thursday night. And then our pink out, I'm going backwards. Our pink out game is the first weekend of October, and that's going to be the 3rd. And pink out is just where we ask all of our fans to wear pink to support breast cancer awareness, and that will be October 3rd against Booker T. And then one other note is our first away game is probably one of the furthest away games we've had in a few seasons, and we'll be heading up to Gainesville to take on Buchholz, which is a really great program, and that's going to be our first away game of the season in August.
So join me, Bobby Paris, at halftime for more of Women of Fighting Indians football.
Linus Cadillac of Vero Beach has been a part of the community for over 2 decades and proudly supports our Fighting Indians. It's important to put the best team on the field to ensure a winning season. Linus Cadillac fields a lineup that all fans can agree has championship pedigree. From the 2025 Cadillac Escalades to the new XT5 Luxury Optic Sport 2. Late model pre-owned vehicles too. 1401 Highway 1 Vero Beach and at linuscadillac.com.
WSTF Vero Beach, Christian FM. Vero Nation Network and Christian FM Sports presents Fighting Indians Football.
Miller's got it. Turns it up. Spins out of it. Still on his feet. Turning on the Jets. Can he go? He's on way. No one will catch him. Charlie Miller to the house. One guy to beat, and he's off to the races. Touchdown, MJ McGriff on the opening kickoff. Snap is there. The hold is down. The kick is blocked. It's blocked. Vero Beach here gonna win the ball game and beat Booker T. Washington here at home.
Oh my goodness! What a great play!
This is Fighting Indians Football. Here's the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Live from Billy Living's Field at the Citrus Bowl, it is the Treasure Coast Kickoff Classic. The Norland Vikings out of Miami taking on your Vero Beach Fighting Indians. The Friday Night Lights are soon to be on, and it is game time. Hey, Vero Nation, along with Gary Paris, I'm Paul Tipton. Welcome to Fighting Indians Football. We're proud to bring you our 29th season of Indians football, and it's presented by Cafe 66. Sidelines tonight, Matt Paris, Derek West. Stats, Don Dexter. Our producer, Stephen Tipton. Video producer, Brian Lewis, along with our cameraman, Ashton, Sebastian, and Jeremy. Boy, we are glad to be here tonight at Billy Living's Field as we get set for tonight's contest. It's going to be a special weekend of high school football here in Vero Beach. The Treasure Coast Kickoff Classic is not just featuring tonight's game. In fact, tomorrow, two more games, I should say, are going to play. Starting at 3 o'clock, you have got Miami Carroll taking on Tallahassee Lincoln. Then later, 7 o'clock, Miami Northwestern taking on Lakeland. It's going to be a special weekend of high school football here, and it's right here in our backyard, folks, here in Vero Beach. Gary, it's been an interesting and long off season, but here we are. We're finally back and ready to get to another season of football. NFL is going to start in a couple weeks. College, I think, is about a week away, and tonight we get the first chance to see our beloved Indians.
You know, it's really funny. You and I started out Tuesday doing our podcast, and it was, you're like, whoa, here we are again doing it. It's like, it's 100 degrees outside, Paul. What are we doing? But it is that time of the year, and we were talking about how this team ended the season last year, down 21-0, had a chance to win that playoff game. They got back in it, lost 21-14, but it was a season to remember because they were young. Here they are. They're coming back. They're loaded. We're loaded with talent. We're playing a very talented team that was runner-up in their class in state. And Miami Norland's is a great program, and it's great to play a team like this. Even though it's an exhibition game, it is gives you that barometer of how do you measure up. We saw that last year. We lost our first 3 games against 3 playoff teams that went to the playoffs, but they made us a better team, and we're going to find out how good we've come back through the spring, through the summer for this game.
Yeah, tonight really kicks off a very tough schedule for Vero Beach. The season opener next week is here at home against O'Galley. Then the Indians on the road up to Gainesville to take on Buchholz. Cocoa here at home defending 2A state championship. Then we start to get into some district play with Centennial and Fort Pierce Central. Booker T comes back here to the Citrus Bowl. Rockledge here for homecoming. We travel to Pahokee, Treasure Coast, and Somerset Academy rounds out the end of that season in the end of October. And there is just no room for breathing there, Gary.
It's as hard a schedule as you could ever have. Everybody thought last year's was tough. This is, to me, is tougher than last year's because we're playing teams that are quality, that we're in deep into the playoffs, and we hit a state championship team in Cocoa. So it's going to be exciting.
All right, so Vero Beach won the toss. They are elected to receive. And so we will see the Indians wearing their gray uniforms tonight. And we will see some familiar faces for Vero Beach, and there's going to be quite a few new faces as well, including Big Champ Smith, who is committed to UCLA, along with Xavier Stinson. Both of those young men, seniors, looking to go to out west to continue playing football in their near future. Back deep, we have got Townsend and E.J. White back deep. Townsend looking like to get it at a 10-yard line. Fakes the reverse, got to keep it over on the right side. It's got a little bit of a lane. 25 to the 30. Flag comes out. And we'll check the penalty, but a good return by Townsend.
It's an early game in the type of flag. You most likely, I thought maybe a face mask. I was hoping, but it could be a holding call on us.
It looks like it may be a block in the back, or no, they're going to kind of hold. So, but it was a nice return by Townsend.
Great fake on a fake reverse, the fake handoff, and they had a seam there. Problem was we hit somebody in the back. When those guys take off and they turn around and you hit them, the unfairness was the fact that you reverse field so quick that our guys had to turn and try to block.
So take away a return that got us to almost the 30-yard line, and the penalty is going to put us back around, it looks like about the 11-yard line, where we will see Champ Mons, wonderful Champ Mons, comes in now as a sophomore, 6'3", 200 pounds. Rated the number 1 quarterback in the nation for the class of 2028. We're going to go with 3 receivers to the left side on 1st down and 10. Single receiver over on the right side. And a good familiar face, Jonathan Hillsman in the backfield, who gets the handoff, stumbles a bit, but able to lunge forward for a few yards.
If he doesn't fall down, that's a big gainer. He stumbled trying to get the handoff. He took that cut, and he slipped. Paul, there was a big old hole there between Phillips and Dames on that side, and they almost had a big play.
Picks up 2, make it 2nd and 8. Mons looking to throw. He's got a receiver down the sideline. Bumping going on, no flag, and it goes incomplete. Looking for Stinson on the right side on a one-on-one.
Yeah, that was I think it's a good no call. They both had contact. There was some, they were physically banging each other a little bit, and I don't think it was I think it's a good no call.
Brings up 3rd and 8 for Vero Beach. as we just get started in this ball game. Got 11:16 on the clock and no score. Mons will have 3 receivers to his right, a single to the left. Pump fake. Now he's going to look to run. He's got a block. Gets upfield. He's at the 25. Still on his feet past the 30. And an Indian first down. That is a Frank Stawara, Tom Collins Insurance first down.
What makes that play is he fakes like he's going to throw to the right. Then he stops and comes back to his left. Everybody flew to the left side, and he ran back to our right, his right, or to their right.
Over 500 yards on the ground last year for Champ Mons, led all running backs. Little reverse pivot, and there goes Hillsman up the middle. He's off to the races to the 40, and he's into Norland territory at the 39, and that's another Frank Stawara, Tom Collins Insurance first down.
Again, a great misdirection play by Mons. Great call by Lenny Jankowski, and it was a great hole, great job blocking. If it wasn't for Oatman diving for him, he may have had a touchdown.
Picked up 30 yards on that carry. Good to see Jonathan Hillsman running the ball well. Mons looking to throw down the sideline, looking for his receiver, fight for the ball, and it's going to go incomplete again, looking for the UCLA commit, Xavier Stinson.
That ball was thrown just a hair short. If it's a little bit farther out there, that is a touchdown. He just underthrew that one. He's throwing into a little bit of a wind coming that way, but that's 2 of them he's tried to go deep with, and both of them to me have been just a little tad underthrown.
We got 10:15 on the clock here in the first quarter. There's no score. Vero Beach on the opening drive here. 6th play of this drive coming up. It's a 2nd down and 10 with trips to the left side. Play action. Actually, as you know, it's going to be a keeper by Hillsman up the gut, and Hillsman with another big run down almost to the 15-yard line, and that's another Frank Stawara, Tom Collins Insurance first down.
He's got about almost 50 yards of this drive on carries. Between 40 and 50 yards already. Wow, what a burst up the middle. Good job blocking.
And that's going to put us inside the Hummingbird Care Services red zone. Now going for Stinson again to the corner. Looked like a push, no flag, and Stinson, touchdown, Vero Beach.
Go for the big guy. He finally put one up. And I threw that ball high in the air, laid it up there. There was a contact there. And I don't know, the contact was a little bit of a...
he slipped and fell.
He slipped and fell.
Yeah.
And allowed Stinson to jump up and grab that one. That's going to your best receiver in knowing that he can get up and get that.
So that's going to bring out Riley Swanson to try the extra point. And Austin Banshoff taking over for his older brother Parker in the holding category. Kick is up, and it is through the uprights, and Vero Beach takes the early lead, 7-0.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
Gino's Nutrition Shop carries a wide selection of safe supplements for athletes no matter their age, especially regular gym goers. I'm Gino, and we love supporting the Fighting Indians. Our supplements work for muscle recovery, hydration, focus, immunity health, along with grab-and-go meals. At Gino's Nutrition Shop in Miracle Mile, our customers are family.
88 yards and 7 plays, a 16-yard reception by Xavier Stinson from Champ Mons in Vero Beach. Takes the early lead here, 7-0. That's your McCall Insurance scoring drive. Swanson getting set to kick off for Vero Beach. Will be kicking towards the east end of the end zone, or the stadium. Low liner, bobbled on to the 5, back to the end zone, picked up, and now they're going to call it a touchback.
Yeah, The reason why was they never controlled the ball when it was kicked. In other words, he went back and recovered it in the end zone because it bounced around, and it bounced off. He never had a chance to recover that.
Okay. Gotcha. So we're going to see the Vero defense now get its shot on the field. You got Reed, Burbick, Hendrickson, Davis up front, Phillip and Stone at the linebackers, and then in the secondary it's Hayward, Crutchfield, Hillsman. That's Jamarian Hillsman, Jonathan's younger brother, Trayvon Townsend, and Sebastian Polanese. Kai Moore will take the first snaps here for Norland's at quarterback, and bobble on the snap, and boy, it looked like Vero got on it.
They did not.
Vikings get back on it. That was Wallace on the recovery.
Bobby Burbick on that play, he bust right through that line and was right in the backfield. He dropped the ball, but I guarantee you Bobby was right up in there.
So a loss on the play of 3, 2nd and 13 now for the Vikings, and everybody moved except for the center. They generally call that false start.
Yeah, they do. I'm just looking at the play, trying to think.
That's one of those plays, Gary, where the ref goes, everybody but the center.
Yeah.
You got to wonder, is there a lobbyist for centers that pleaded their case? 2nd down and long, handoff off the left side. And it'll be a gain of about maybe 4 on the play.
As Jordan Crutchfield came up, helped make that tackle along with Burbick on the line.
And it's going to be 3rd down and 12 now for Norland, who trails 7-0, coming up 9 minutes to go in this first quarter. Oh, and looks like Vero Beach jumped off sides, and they're going to get 5 free ones as not waiting for the ball. You went off the clap of the hands.
And they're taught that. Always keep your eye on the ball. I understand what was happening. Malachi wanted to be there quick. Reed, he wanted to get in there. He come flying off that ball. He's got to watch the ball.
3rd and 7. Moore steps up out of the pocket, being pursued, and he will be tackled short of the line to gain. And I got to believe we're going to see, here comes the punt unit out as Norland will elect to punt the ball away.
Well, they got the win with them, and they got a pretty good punter that I saw warming up.
And that's Downs. It's going to punt the ball. Townsend's going to go back deep for Vero Beach.
One of our defensive backs.
A little slow snap. Boy, just got the punt away, but it's a good one. It's going to take a nice bounce for Norland and go right out of bounds. Just inside the or outside the 40-yard line, around the 37-yard line. And so good job by the Vero Beach defense, Gary, right away.
Yeah, they got, they had a break there with a mishandle on a snap, and they were lucky they didn't lose that one. And the defense did what it had to do. They stopped them. So that gives this offense good field position, and you love to have this kind of field position with this offense because they can get up and down the field.
All right, 2nd possession offensively for Vero Beach. Starts from our own 37. Mon's going to send Hillsman in motion, going to swing pass it to Hillsman. Jonathan trying to make a cut, slips, but stays on his feet and picks up more yardage almost to midfield.
Well, if his knee wasn't hurt on that one, then it's great because it looked like his knee buckled on that, and he tried to make that cut. And I'll tell you what, not only did he make the cut, he bounced back up and got the first down.
That's a Frank Stewara, Tom Collins insurance first down. Ball at the 48-yard line of Vero Beach, 1st and 10. Mons, he's going to keep it. Up the left side, got a couple of blocks. He's at the 45, the 40, down to about the 38-yard line of Miami Norlands, and another Frank Stewara, Tom Collins insurance first down.
He's 6'3", 220 pounds, runs about a 4.6 40. He's pretty quick, pretty big.
Picked up 14 on that carry for Champ Mons.
Set up 1st and 10 at the Miami Norland 38. Looking to throw, looking left, now back over the middle, forced out of the pocket, stays on his feet, now trying to scramble, fires downfield, hits his target at the 30-yard line.
Boy,
Marcus Melbourne.
A lot of slippery. I mean, the field looks like for some reason they're having the receivers and quarterback, and that time both of them slipped, and but he was able to recover his ability to keep his eyes down the field. That's talent right there, just doing that, and then all shook up thinking about running. No, his eyes were downfield. He found Marcus Melbourne, got for a big first down.
Oh, well, there was a penalty there. They're going to call it was a holding on the defense, and Vero declined that penalty. And that should, I thought it was pretty close. Is it just shy of the first down mark?
It's a first.
Yeah, it's just a yard. Yeah.
And the difference would be 1st and 5.
All right, there's a timeout on the field for a water break. We'll step aside as well. Vero Beach leading 7-0 in the first quarter.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
Christian FM thanks SOS Pest Services, who know that Florida's warm climate means pests of all types, disrupting our comfort and lifestyle. When it's time to sound the alarm, SOS will send their technicians to promptly deal with the problem, so no more worries about unwanted guests. SOS Pest has a range of services tailored to meet individual needs, serving Orchid, Indian River Shores, North Hutchinson Island, and surrounding areas. Owned and managed by lifetime local pros. Online at sospestservices.com or 772-296-2966.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by Molinary Pools.
Citrus Bowl, Billy Livings Fields, where we are tonight, the Treasure Coast Kickoff Classic, and we're in the first quarter with 6:43 and counting. Vero Beach leading 7-0. They're on their second possession of the night, and they're on the move again as they're at the Norland 29-yard line. They got a first down given to them while we were in that break, and now we're going to back up 5 yards because we moved.
Yeah, that one hurts. That was one of your players jumped again. That's the second time we've had a defensive jump, and now we've had an offensive jump. And that puts it back now 1st and 15.
So Vero Beach will move back to the 34. Champ Mons starting his second season here at Vero Beach as a sophomore. And in the backfield with him is Travion Townsend looking to throw. Got a good block, finds his receiver over the middle of the field. That is Melbourne. And Melbourne inside the 10-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal. That is a Frank Strawara, Tom Collins Insurance first down.
You know what made that play? The block by Hillsman.
Townsend.
Yeah,
Townsend was in the backfield there.
Oh, Townsend was in the backfield. Okay, the running back made that play because he caught the blitz, and they got a couple injured players down.
Yeah, Gary, no, you're right, man. I saw that coming, and he had just enough time to get that to Melbourne, and Melbourne with a nice catch over the middle of the field will get inside the 10-yard line. It'll be at the 7, it looks like. Picked up 27 yards on that, Gary, and that's going to put us inside, obviously, the red zone. That's a Hummingbird Care Services red zone alert here for Vero Beach. This is their second possession, Gary, and the offense is already looking like it's working on all cylinders here.
Well, it's exciting to see that. I just, in watching the blitz pickup that time, and again, I thought it was Hillsman, but it wasn't. And it was Townsend that stepped up in there and made that block. I went, wow. That allowed him to step up, throw a bullet to Marcus Melbourne.
What you know what's good about that, Gary, is you got a young man that's coming in. Now, I say young man, he's a senior, but this is his first experience in this offense. And, with Coach Jay, details matter. And picking up the blitz like that, that's huge.
That's huge. You'll get a lot of yays and pats on the back.
Yes, indeed. All right, 1st and goal at the 7. Hillsman back in the backfield now, along with Champ Mons. You got Woods, Stinson over on the right side. That's Render. Handoff's going to go to Hillsman. He'll get to the 5-yard line, pick up 2.
That was a tight end situation. They brought a tight end in and Render to add additional blocking right there. Now, Romeo is down.
Don't like seeing that.
No, just go ahead and lay down and let the trainer come out.
All right, we'll take a break here as Vero Beach on the move. They are inside the 10 to the 5-yard line where it'll be 2nd down and goal when we come back.
Linus Cadillac of Vero Beach has been a part of the community for over 2 decades and proudly supports our Fighting Indians. It's important to put the best team on the field to ensure a winning season. Linus Cadillac fields a lineup that all fans can agree has championship pedigree. From the 2025 Cadillac Escalades to the new XT5 Luxury Optic Sport 2. Late model pre-owned vehicles too. 1401 Highway 1 Vero Beach and at linuscadillac.com.
The safety of young athletes is priority 1. The professionals at Vero Elite Rehab and Orthopedic Surgery are the official physicians for Fighting Indians sports. We thank them for helping make this broadcast possible. They offer care in orthopedics, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. More at VeroEliteOrtho.com.
Mazzarella's Auto Sales is part of a local business family and their Christian FM supporters.
I'm sales manager Mike Mazzarella, and we always strive to offer late model cars and trucks that undergo inspection and service by our high-tech mechanics. We have Jeeps, Rams, Toyotas, Hondas, commercial vehicles, and luxury vehicles. On site, we have our Spanish-speaking sales and financial advisor Diego Sainz. We also offer our virtual showroom online at mazautosales.com.
I'm Chris, Mike's brother. Our family has been serving our community since 1999.
Now on the corner, 4th Street in Old Dixie.
Well, good to see Romeo Vargas got up, ran to the sideline. That's a good sign. Good to see that young man back up there. And so right now you've got Eden that's going to come in.
No, David Mason.
David Mason is going to come in. Where it'll be 2nd and goal at the 5. Twin receivers on either side. Looking to the left, fires, looking for Woods. He's got it into the end zone. Trey Woods scores.
That was a quick out by Trey Woods. They lined up on that play, and they saw that Trey had a man head up over him, and there was a gap in there. You run the go route to take the deep receiver, takes you out. That was wide open there because of his quickness and athleticism and the throw by the quarterback. How about that throw right on the money?
Good throw, good catch by Trey Woods. Trey last year spent most of the time on the defensive side. Of course, everybody remembers that special moment he had against Palm Beach Central running that kickoff return to help win the ball game. He caught 8 balls last year for 47 yards, catches that one for 5 yards and a score. As Swanson was about to try the extra point, but whistles will stop it. But we will see Woods more on offense this year, Gary, which I like this young man. He's got a lot of zip to his step, and he's a very competitive young man. He wants the ball. He wants to try to see if he can score a touchdown every time he gets the ball in his hands.
They got to have a holder. What happened? I think Banzaf, they took him off out of the game. They had to come off, maybe because of equipment.
That might have been.
He didn't maybe have his mouthpiece in.
So Melbourne's going to come in, and it will be the holder now.
Ooh, that makes the coach mad.
Holds down, the kick is up, and it is good. Swanson gets his 2nd extra point, and it makes it 14-0 here in the first quarter. Vero Beach on top.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
The nonprofit Mental Health Association in Indian River County offers free walk-in screenings. No appointment is needed. Check out their other services at mhairc.org or walk in at 820 37th Place, Vero Beach, because it's okay to get help.
63 yards, 6 plays, a 5-yard reception by Trey Woods. Vero Beach leading 14-0 at your McCall Insurance Agency scoring drive. Kick is short this time. Bounces around, and boy, Vikings looked confused there, and Vero Beach on the coverage at the 15.
Well, there's a lot of wind coming from the east to the west, and that ball is being kicked into the wind, and it's holding up there. You look like it's going deep, but then all of a sudden it drops, and there was 4 guys with white shirts around it and trying to pick it up.
Yeah, it looked like your Yankees trying to catch a pop fly.
Oh
man.
Wow. Ooh, you had to bring that up, didn't you?
Truth hurts sometimes.
It was a terrible play. Then he bobbled the throw.
All right, let's start at the 17-yard line. First down and 10. Handoff left side. And nothing going there as the defense in hot pursuit.
I believe that was Tristan Davis that got over there and made that tackle, number 14. He did a good job. We talk about his quickness. He's just a junior, folks, and he is very athletic.
So maybe a yard gain at best. And now they're going to give it back and 4 more after the false start.
Yeah, and these are the games you can do this because you like to get it out of your system because they don't count. You know what I mean? But it's embarrassing to your coaches and everybody because you got them trying to get them ready to play this game. And those are little things that you can work out.
Make it a 2nd and 13. Looking to throw this time. Moore looking for a receiver. It's caught. Nice catch. That is Downs with the catch. Oh, get some of that. Get that penalty yardage back and make it 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, that was just a scramble pass that he found his receiver to the outside.
All right, we got 3 receivers set up left side, 1 on the right. Moore going to hand off, play action, and right through the receiver's hands. That would have been enough for a first down if he hung on to the ball. Instead, it's incomplete, and it's a punt time.
In my opinion, that's a catchable ball. Yes, it was high, but he had both hands on it. He had him clean and went right through his hands, and it made it a little high, but anytime you can get both hands on the ball, you got to you have to take that, help your quarterback out. He was under pressure.
Yeah, Amari Strong there, receiver, is going to have to go tell his quarterback, my bad. So the punt unit out here for the Vikings from the 5-yard line. High, towering punt, but rather short. Will take a big hop. Wow, what a big hop for Miami, Norland, and that will end up on the other side of the 50 near the 45.
Yeah, you literally start yelling, get away. There's a call they got. Every team has a call. That ball could hit and bounce off one of our players. Our guys should be yelling, get away, get away.
So it is at the 45-yard line of Vero Beach. Vero Beach has had 2 possessions, and both possessions ended up with a touchdown, leading 14-0 with still 3:18 to go in the first quarter. Vero Beach hosting Miami Norland here at the Citrus Bowl for the Treasure Coast Kickoff Classic. Mons looking to throw. First down, fires. It's caught. And Melbourne, his forward progress.
Now they missed that. They're taking it back.
Yeah, they're taking it back.
He
got pushed back.
Pushed back.
So they're only going to give him like
A yard.
Really, maybe a yard at best when he had about a 3 or 4 yard catch. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Indians. Twin receivers on either side. And the defense jumped, and we're going to get those 5 yards.
Let me just say this to you right now. The way they're setting up this defense, I would not be surprised if Marcus Melbourne or whoever that may be on this side, that's about Jacobs, would not get a quick out call here.
So that's going to put us at midfield, 2nd and 5. 2:30 to go in this first quarter. 14-0 lead for the Indians on their 3rd possession of the night. From the gun, Champ looking, fires over the middle of the field. It's got Melbourne again wide open to the 25 and down near the 20. And that is a Frank Stewara, Tom Collins Insurance first down.
Well, they had him on they could have got Jacobs on the outside, but they jumped. He came across on a crossing route, was wide open. Great protection.
Ball to 20 means we're in the red zone, and that's a Hummingbird Care Services red zone alert. 30 yards on that catch.
Mason is still in the game at left tackle.
Trips to the right side now, a shift. Bonds, play action, fires. Oh, he had Jacobs. Fired pretty hot and went through Jacobs' hands.
Yeah, that was a bullet thrown to him. If he catches it, he gets. That's one of those where you got a guy in your face, you see the guy, you put it out there quick.
Let's check in with Matt.
Hey, guys, we got Romeo Vargas down here. He went out with a knee injury in the that last series. So they've got him on the bench, and he has got ice on it right now. No word, but he's got smiles, but don't look like he's going to come back, at least for this first half.
Thanks,
2nd
Matt.
down and 10 at the 19. Indians got twin receivers on either side. Hillsman, another play action, trying to set up a screen for E.J. White. White shaking off a few tackles inside the 10, down near the 8.
That could be a first down, close to a first down. That's a screen pass. They ran a little screen pass out there. You got your one blocker blocking for you. You got your guard tackle flying out there to block for you. He makes a great cut and gets back to the outside and got the first down.
He did. That's a Frank Stewara, Tom Collins Insurance first down. It'll be 1st and goal. Receiver going to go in motion. Now pivots backwards. Fire swing pass right side, and boy, that was an awkward catch.
It was behind him. If he gets it out front, he has a chance with a blocker leading the way, a motion blocker like that, and he got him out there, and he just threw it behind him. It was a good catch.
Yeah, we'll lose 3 on the play. It's almost one where you wish he just dropped it, you know.
Yeah. Maybe he should have been over my head a little.
Yeah, right, yeah.
No receiver likes to have the
No,
pass.
they don't. No,
you like the count.
You like the instincts that you're catching the ball, of course. All right, we'll set up 3 receivers left. Single on the right. Keeper by Mons, up the gut. He's at the 5, almost to the goal line, just tripped up at the 1.
Well, that brings up 3rd and goal.
At the 1.
At the 1 yard line. You've seen him run now 3 design plays. They look like quarterback draws. They're options. They're like he gets an option. He can either hand it off or run it himself.
Well, that's going to do it for the first quarter of play here. Vero Beach in the first quarter had 2.5 possessions, and they got 14 points on it. They're knocking on the door again. 14-0 lead at the end of 1 for Vero Beach over Norland. This is Fighting Indians football.
Comfort Zone AC in Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of Fighting Indians.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Well, the first quarter, 14 points. Vero Beach getting ready to start the second quarter, and they're looking at a 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Paul Tipton, Gary Paris, Matt Paris, Derek West, and Don Dexter here tonight. We are so excited to have Fighting Indians football back. We're at the Treasure Coast Kickoff Classic here at the Citrus Bowl. A couple of games tomorrow night. We'll tell you more about that. But right now, Vero Beach taking on Miami Norland here at Billy Livings Field. And so far, the offense that we hoped we would see, we are seeing right now. 3rd and goal. Mons from the gun. A tight formation. And now they're going to spread it out, but whistles are going to stop play.
They called time. They got to relieve a guy. He's got to be taken out of the game because of his mouthpiece.
Yeah, I mean, early on, Gary, officials are going to make points of emphasis on certain rules, and you got to be aware of that, and they're showing it tonight.
I tell you what, we got one of the biggest centers I've ever seen out there right now.
Phillips.
No, Shadrach Washington.
Oh, yeah, Shadrach right off the right side. Keeper by Mons, and it is a score from 2 yards out.
That was a 2-down play, whether you're a 2-down series right there. You're going to get, if we didn't get it on that one, he was going to get it on the next one.
Wow. Gary, this is so far has been an impressive exhibition for the Vero Beach offense.
Well, I think what it tells you is that Vero has worked hard at getting, they knew the talent they had, they knew what they had coming in, they added a few more pieces. And Lenny Jankowski, I don't care what you say to anybody, he's probably one of the best high school coaches I've ever seen.
Oh, that one looked like somebody got their hands on it, and that will go off to the side, and that'll make it just 20-0, Vero Beach on top.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting Fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system. Thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
So 55 yards, 7 plays, a 1-yard run by Champ Mons, and missed extra point, but Vero Beach in a commanding lead right now over Miami Norland, 20-0. That is your McCall Insurance Agency scoring drive as the Indians will get set to kick off. And Riley Swanson so far has been the primary kicker for Vero Beach. Indians waiting for that signal. They just got it from the official. And Watson getting set. He's kicking this one high. This one's going deep. And will be about 3-5 yards into the end zone for the touchback.
That was a boomer right there. That thing exploded off his foot. It went 5 yards deep into the end zone. Yeah, I got a little.
All right, Gary. We were just talking about the offense, obviously, because they scored, but I don't really want to take away from the defense because so far it has been 3-and-out punt, and that defense is responsible for those 3-and-outs.
Well, they're up front. The guys up front have done a good job. Tristan Davis, Malachi Reed, Bobby Berwick, and Ryan Hendrickson have done a great job. You notice I We called Duke Phillip name one time, but we've gotten a lot of play by the defensive backs.
It's going to be a handoff. Man, right in the backfield.
And guess
and
who was there?
Burbick right there.
Burbick right there. Bam. I mean,
they are just firing off the ball right now, Gary.
That's a hungry team. That's a hungry group of guys.
Right now, Norland with just 11 total yards of offense, but now they'll get a few more yards as they get to the 30-yard line thanks to Bentley and his run. And they're going to go hurry up here as they got the first down. And that's the first one tonight for the Vikings. Just getting started in this second quarter. It's 20-0. Vero Beach on top. Another handoff, another Burbick tackle in the backfield. Burbick shaking and wagging that finger over there, too.
Yeah, as long as you don't throw the flag on you, it's okay. But just keep doing it. They'll know who did it. We let them know. Bobby Burbick, you made the tackle.
They'll call no gain. Second down and 10 at the 30. Another handoff up the gut. And a little room there this time by that offensive line. And it is a pickup to the 39-yard line. Bentley again on the carry. Vikings going to go hurry up. Another handoff off the left side. Shakes a few tackles. It'll be enough for a first down. This time, it is Dobson.
You know, on that play, they got the big yardage on.
Or excuse me, no, I'm mistaken on that. That is Wallace.
The running back got himself low, and you couldn't find the ball. Vero had a hard time finding the runner with the ball. Right
handoff
there.
Up the gut. Boy, all of a sudden, Norland has figured something out here as Bentley up the middle into Vero territory.
Well, the only difference I see up there is Josiah.
Second down and short. This time a pass, and it will go incomplete. A little high for Downs, the intended target.
That ball was just thrown high. He had an open receiver there.
Yeah.
And that's on third down. He needed that one to get down. And now here's what I'm watching. I'm watching for this running back to carry the ball right there.
Right up the gut, and they will have enough for the first down as he gets to the 40-yard line.
The difference I see
Wallace
here
again.
Is Josiah Joseph has been in there at Taylor, rather, has been at the tackle. He's out of the game right now.
Kai going to go to the air. Finds Downs over there. Good catch. And Downs will get near the 30.
It's a good drive. They've executed this drive with the run ball, with the run. That time there's a good throw to the outside. Seaver makes a good catch. Picks up almost a first down. Picks up 9 yards.
9:27 in the second quarter. Handoff. Bentley able to shake a couple of tackles and power his way for a good 3-4 yard gain.
Well, they're getting a surge off the line of scrimmage. The surge is coming right up the middle. And what they're doing is they're pushing our guys back. And right now we don't have enough where your linebackers have got to fill.
Swing pass left side is caught down the left side to the 10 to the 5 and a score for Miami Norland. And Clark with the swing pass catch takes it to the house.
That was a great job blocking by the outside receivers. They man up good. They take everybody out. Not one guy was close enough to make that tackle for Vero Beach. Good blocking that time, both on the run, and they dominated the line of scrimmage on that series, Paul.
They sure
with
did.
The running game, and that time the wide receivers were blocking well.
And give these Vikings a lot of credit, man, because early in this drive, it looked like Vero's defense was really going to shut them down, and then a couple of nice runs, and all of a sudden they found some life.
And Vero jumps offside again. I would decline that. because you're kicking you're kicking.
Yeah, Mira getting set for the extra point. We're just inside 9 minutes to go in this second quarter. Good packed house here tonight. Homestand's looking nice over there for this opening game. As Mira able to line drive it through and make it a 20-7 lead for Vero Beach with still 8:59 to go, second quarter.
Linus Cadillac of Vero Beach has been a part of the community for over 2 decades and proudly supports our Fighting Indians. It's important to put the best team on the field to ensure a winning season. Linus Cadillac fields a lineup that all fans can agree has championship pedigree. From the 2025 Cadillac Escalades to the new XT5 Luxury Optic Sport 2. Late model pre-owned vehicles too. 1401 Highway 1 Vero Beach and at linuscadillac.com.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
So Miami gets on the board, makes it 20-7 with a 10-play, 80-yard drive, and it was Maurice Clark with the catch for 27 yards. 8:59 to go, second quarter. And this is the Treasure Coast Kickoff Classic. Tonight's game features Miami Norland and Vero Beach. Tomorrow, a doubleheader features Miami Carroll and Tallahassee Lincoln at 3 o'clock, and then Lakeland and Miami Northwestern at 7 o'clock. Both of those games here at the Citrus Bowl. And if you really like high school football or just football in general, I would recommend at least coming to one of those games tomorrow because you're going to see some talented kids on the field tomorrow for sure. A talent here tonight with Vero Beach leading 20-7 as the Vikings going to kick off. Caught at the 11. Woods going to get the handoff and runs right into a wall at the 24-yard line.
Now you can't rest on your laurels. Let me tell you that in football.
Yeah, no kidding.
You got to stay in and fight the whole game through. This is a good team. This is a team that's well coached. They got a coaching staff that's been around a long time. They got some athletes. They showed what they can do there. They're just looking for a little momentum, and they found it on that last drive.
So Champ Mons has got a first down and 10 at the 24. Looking to throw on first down. Fires left side. Got Woods over there. He'll get to the 35 and out of bounds at the 37.
That's that quick out I've been talking about. That anytime you've got your safety run or corner running with the outside guy and your inside guy is playing you heads up or inside, that's going to be there.
That brings up a Frank Stewart, Tom Collins Insurance first down with that catch by Trey Woods to the Vero 37-yard line. Clock at 8:27 and counting, second quarter, and a Vero lead of 20-7 over Norland. Twin receivers on either side. Hillsman in motion. Swing pass. He's got a room to the 40. Hillsman will get to the 45 or maybe about the 44-yard line. No, they'll mark him at the 45. And a good catch by Hillsman. Man, he was wide open.
Just a swing pass. Now what's happening is that you had your slot receiver go down. He turns. If he runs out there with the running back, that ball's coming to him. But instead, he picked up the slot and allowed a Hillsman to be wide open.
Got 8 on that reception. 2nd and 8 at the Vero 45. Play action, pressure coming. Mons trying to shake out of it. Does. Still on his feet. Looks to run. Turning on the Jets and out of bounds just past midfield at the 48 for another Frank Stewart, Tom Collins first down.
We appreciate old Frank. That's Dewara, man. He's getting a lot of first downs for us. Thank you, Frank. Hey, and that one was all you saw the quarterback. He avoided the sack.
Yeah.
He couldn't find his receiver open, took off, knew where he had to get to, and did it.
7.5 here in the second quarter. 20-7 lead. Vero Beach now in Norland territory at the 48. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Pressure coming. Mons is going to go down back to the 43-yard line.
That was a missed block right up front. There was a bad communication between the linemen up front, and nobody stopped the momentum there. They either had the blitz or they had a stunt coming from the outside. And, wow, that one hurts because now you've made it a 2nd and 20 almost situation.
Yeah. Mons came up a little gimpy after that tackle there, so hopefully he can shake that off there. Receiver in motion. It's going to be handoff for Hillsman, and Hillsman will get to the 46 before he is stopped.
They don't have right now. They just don't have the drive up front. The surge is not there.
Things got stalled a little bit, Gary.
Yeah, the push is. They've lost that push, and they control. Now this team has gotten a little life in them. They're showing some quickness off the ball.
Yeah. Pushing towards 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 3rd down and 15 for Vero, and now make it 3rd down and 10 because the defense just jumped.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a gift there. You'll take that a couple more times. It's a 2-down territory right here, in my opinion, with Lenny.
I think it just became that. Yeah.
No, if he'd have gotten, we thrown an incomplete pass, you're right. We'd have punted.
Yeah.
It depends on what he gets here.
3rd and 10. Mons looking. Thought about firing. Now he's going to fire. Had a receiver, E.J. White, and it just deflected, and it's incomplete.
Great defensive play.
Yeah, it was.
That time you had Jasper Sajor come across there, and I tell you what, he never gave up. He stayed with him, and at the last second, he reached up there, because if he doesn't do that, White has that, and he's off the races.
Yeah, that's probably about a 20-yard reception there for EJ, if not more. Looks like we're going to punt the ball away here on 4th down and 10.
They called timeout. They didn't have the right personnel in. They had too many guys on the field.
I think they were anticipating, like what we are, that Coach Jay would go for it on 4th down. But all right, so timeout here at 4th and 10. We'll be back.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of Fighting Indians.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network, brought to you by Ohana Water Systems.
So it's a 4th down and 10 for Vero Beach at the Viking 48-yard line before the timeout by Norland. Vero Beach was lining up to punt, and it looks like the punt unit is still out on the field for Vero Beach with 5:34 remaining in the second quarter and a 20-7 lead for Vero Beach. High snap is going to go over Mauer's head, and he'll have to down it all the way back to the 15-yard line. What a huge break for Norland.
Wow. That is it's a bad snap, fumble, and they recovered it.
Well, Norland just got themselves a nice gift here as they will start this drive from the 16-yard line of Vero Beach.
That was a classic mistake by the center that snapped the ball about 10 yards over the punter's head, and that thing rolled all the way back to about where it is right now, about the 15-yard line.
Timeout on the field at 5:26. Vero Beach leading 20-7.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
Hi, Vero Beach. I'm Frank Storr from Tom Collins Insurance. Born and raised right here and a former Fighting Indian, I'm very proud to support this team and this great community. Tom Collins Insurance has been locally owned and operated right here since 1989. We are Vero. For all your insurance needs, my number is 772-778-9222. Go Indians.
First down and 10 for the Vikings. Thanks to a bad snap. They've got the ball at the Vero 16. Handoff up the gut. He's met in the backfield by a host of Indian players led by Malachi Reed.
Malachi Reed was the first to hit and grab, and then the rest of his teammates came in there to assist. But that's quickness right there.
Baptiste on the carry. Now out of the backfield. Moore looking to go to the end zone to the corner receiver there, and a flag comes in. Is this going to be a defensive PI?
Yes, they are. They're going on defense.
Well, that will change things significantly.
Ooh.
Not sure about it, but that's the call. So
that to me looked like a kind of like no foul type penalty there.
So that ball's going to go inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. And it'll be second and 2. Handoff off the left side. Scramble gets inside the 5-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down to make it 1st and goal as Wallace on the carry.
They're in a hurry up, and they've really got Vero Beach out of rhythm.
Wallace off the right side, but he's stopped around the 2. So now, 2nd and goal at the 2. Tight formation. Surge. No, and he is stopped. Wow. Quarterback keeper by Moore, and boy, the defense just stood him up.
Is that like they're trying to do the old tush push?
Like, kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's what they thought they had it on that one.
Good push by the Indians to hold that, and it's ball's at the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal.
If they don't get this, they'll go for it again.
Oh yeah. Play clock is winding down here.
They may have to call
9 seconds.
They got him up there, yeah.
Play clock's at 4. And movement now. Wow, false start. And you got to wonder, Gary, when you're up to the line quick like that, was that on the tackle or was that on?
That's the lineman took his time getting out there. Well, took his time out there, and the quarterback.
Because you got to believe they were going to go quick.
Yes, and I think the quarterback really thought he was up, ready to go, and he jumped. He jumped.
He did.
So they didn't ever snap the ball. They jumped. That's what I'm saying. So he must have heard something. He thought he walked up there, then he was going to take off.
Well, Vero Beach took their first 3 possessions, went the distance, and put 20 points on the board. pretty much the first quarter and the start of the second quarter. Since then, Vero Beach had to try to punt the ball away, but a bad snap put Norland in prime position at the 16-yard line of Vero Beach.
That's a short porch.
It is a short porch, but right now, thanks to a penalty, Norland now has moved back outside the 5-yard line to the 6 for 3rd and goal. And this might change strategy if Norland does not get the score on this 3rd down. Moore looking to throw, fires, and that will go incomplete as he was off the mark.
Well, that's good coverage. I'm going to tell you right now.
It's good coverage, but where he threw the ball, had no chance.
That had no chance, and because the defender had him right, you weren't going to turn up with that.
No.
And you were going to throw it that way. I'm going to jump in front of it and take it. But he threw it way out. 4th down.
So now you got 4th and goal, Gary, at the 6. 3:16 to go in this second quarter. Vero leads 20-7. Can this defense make a stand here on 4th and goal? Pitch out right side, and the defense will stop them short of the goal line at the 3.
How about that? Beautiful play. Original hit. Lance Stone, their linebacker, came up and hit him, made him bounce out, and made him slide, took him out of rhythm, and the rest of the defense was able to get over there to make that hit. Good job, again, by the Indians. Jaden Haywood, one of the defensive backs, came up and helped make that tackle. But Lance Stone stopped that momentum.
7 plays that started from the 16-yard line of Vero Beach, and the defense holds them to no score. Now flag's going to come in, and this is going to go against Vero. They're going to some kind of false start. Did the center move the ball or something?
It had to be. The center moved himself, I guess. Wow, that puts you back on the 1-yard line. 99 yards now.
First down from the 1-yard line. Mons, he's looking to go in the air. He's looking for Melbourne, and Melbourne got kind of turned around a little bit, and not sure if that was supposed to go over a different shoulder from the pass, or if Melbourne got the wrong direction.
It's a corner a corner route that you're running to the sideline, and what happened was the angle he took. It was hard for the quarterback to lay it in there.
Yeah. So now you're looking at 2nd down.
Just need 12 yards, guys. Come on, find a 12-yard play.
Yeah, you got 3:02 to go. You got all of your timeouts if you need them. And then we're going to use one right here because the play clock was coming down to 0.
You got to be smarter than that. You've got to be able to look at that clock. They have it both ends of the field, and you've got to get your timing going. And you got like 4 seconds, then you got to hurry up and get up there. But wisely, Coach Jay saw it, and he called timeout.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so, Gary, you got to, like you said, rather than try to think the big picture of 99 yards, right now you need to think 12.
I'm thinking 12 yards.
Yeah.
That's what I want, 12 yards right now to get me to another series.
Yeah.
Right now, it's first downs are more important than trying to go for a big home run. Now, not that I wouldn't take the home run, but it's so important to get that first down. Then you can run a series of plays. You got some shorter passes. You got time. You still would have a little over 2.5 minutes to go if you get the first down here.
Offense back out on the field. They'll send 3 receivers right side, single left. 1 back in the backfield.
Melbourne's going to go in motion. Play action now is actually going to be a handoff. Hillsman will power his way past the 10 to about the 12, and
I think he's
just
got
about
a first
got
down.
it.
I think he's got close to a first down. They're going to say third down.
Well, we got one of the Norland players down, so it's going to be a timeout taken by the officials here. Just want to remind you, this Treasure Coast Kickoff Classic has 2 more games coming your way tomorrow. 3 o'clock, it is Miami Carroll, Tallahassee Lincoln, and then at 7 o'clock, Miami Northwestern taking on Lakeland. All of those games here at the Citrus Bowl.
Wow, what a quality agenda of games.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow.
So it's going to be 3rd and short, 2:25 and counting on the clock here left in the second quarter. Trips right side. Mons going to keep it. Run right up the gut. He'll get the first down as he gets to the 21-yard line. That's a Frank Stawara, Tom Collins insurance first down.
He took a hit, my friend.
He did.
He took a hit. And that scared me when I saw him. He got hit like that. He got the first down. He's a tough kid. He's 6'3", 220 pounds, and he's conditioned well, and he lifts weights all the time. So he looks like a running back at times.
And we ended up with a penalty too. So that's going to be a penalty against Norland.
He must have led with the head.
Yeah, be a targeting call.
Yeah, targeting. Now, with 2:05 to go, you got 2 timeouts left. You got plenty of time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Ball's at the 36-yard line of Vero Beach. Two minutes, and now second quarter, 20-7 lead for the Indians. Twin receivers on either side for 1st and 10. Mons got time. Got to get rid of it. Pressure from behind. He fires as he was hit. Ball batted around, falls, but a flag is down. This could be defensive PI.
They held him, or unless they call it on Vero, but I thought they were holding him. They're calling it offense. They're calling it offside. Offensive hold. Wow.
Wow, that is, wow, yeah. Wow, yeah, Vero Nation does not like that call at all.
You got 1 minute and 39 seconds. It's a 15-yard